and they're all in the yagya, no, like a festival. So huge festival is happening like here, and then a wife's husband is very poor, and he feel no, and he says, I cannot go there. You want, you can go. But actually in the beginning, Lord Shiva was stopping Sati not to go. The reason, because when in the arena, when Lord Shiva arrived there, when the Daksha was there, Lord Shiva did not pay obeisances. Just he's just normal person. And he is always thinking, absorbed in Krishna and Lord Vishnu. So Daksha thought, I am a king and he's my son-in-law. Damad. In Hindi we say damad. I don't know what in your language would say. Son-in-law. Yes. He should pay obeisances to me. He should bow down and pay obeisances to me. But Lord Shiva was not into that mood. Just like Ramaharshana, Sutta. He was sitting in Naimesharana. You've been to Naimesharana? I've been there. It's a beautiful place. I went to exactly the place where there was a Rangmanch, the asana where they're sitting, and there is a peepal tree and different trees in the forest, and beautiful river. You saw that river, and then Brahma Chakra. So when Balaram arrived, right? It was Balaram who arrived there. Yes, Balaram. And then Ramaharshana Sutta was sitting on the asana. He didn't get up to pay obeisances. And then Balaram took one kusa grass, the one you use in a puja, and then he touched him and he killed him. And then everyone, all the sages, they lamented that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And although you kill or you don't kill, you don't get any papa or karma. And then all of the sages, they requested him just to set the example that if you do some pap, you have to go to Praschit. So that's why Balaram went to all the yatra places to do parikarma. But his Supreme Personality of Godhead, he liberated Sutta, and then Ramaharshana Sutta. Yes. And then they established his son to take the responsibility of become a reciter of the Bhagavatam. So same as the Daksha Maharaj. He's always, when we are in a mode of passion and ignorance and mix of goodness, we do not do things nicely. And we don't have enough faith for the Lord. We have more faith for my fame, name, adoration, and distinction and profit. Our God, when we live in a mode of ignorance and passion, our God is this name, fame, adoration, and distinction and profit. We give more importance to this than Krishna. But devotees, when we do bhakti, we rise to the mode of goodness, then we become analytical and discriminative. That, like that Kanishtadikari Madhan Uttam. So we love them, we love the people who are coming, but advanced devotee discriminate and give them mercy. Very nice sloka, I forgot this. Yes, nice sloka where they give kirpa. The Madhyamadikari, they respect everyone, they distinguish the atheists, and they make friends with them and everyone, and they have full faith in the Krishna. So they balance everyone. Young children, engage them in preaching like this, and they will gradually elevate. They are more sincere, innocent, and sincere who are more into dedication. They give them so much respect, and we are like you, equal. And the one who is Paramhamsa, we see them like God. This is the so Daksha at this point, he don't know, he have no idea to discriminate. He have no idea. He only give respect to the great king who was coming in the yagya. Oh, you are rich, you have 5 houses. Your daughter is very beautiful, your son is very handsome, or you have a lot of money, have wealth. I am also like that, so let's go and have a party in mode of passion. And then when Lord Shiva arrived, who is in pure goodness, who is pure devotee, manifestation of Supreme Personality Lord Vishnu, he didn't recognize that why this Shiva, who is my son-in-law, he's supposed to do pranam, dandavat to me. I'm a king here, Daksha. So for this reason, he insulted and offended Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva, and also he said very bad words. He criticized and chastised Lord Shiva. So when Sati said that, Swamiji, I want to go to my father, he's setting up a big yajna, there's fire yajna sacrifice. And Lord Shiva didn't say, don't go, didn't say from his mouth, do not go. It become a little bit, oh, I'm not sure you go here, but this guy, Daksha, he's a crazy guy. Don't take this responsibility. You are a Sati, means Sati, Lord Shiva, Sati, Parvati. She's pure devotee. That's why she passed away. That's why she gave her life. She's pure devotee. And Sati, who can be a wife of Lord Shiva, who is a manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Sati is pure devotee, and Lord Shiva is saying that you have your expansion of Halatini. In one sense, you going there is not good, although you are a daughter of Daksha. Then, because she is a mother, she's a woman. We know devotees who are married, we know that when the wife wants to go to their parents' house, Maike, how you say? Nayyar? Like a Maike ghar, mother's house. Then when they try, if they are really serious, this is nature, it is says here. The mother, they're very soft, ladies very soft, they're emotional. So the husband should feel their desire. So when the mothers want to go to a mother's house, wife, never mind how much you try, how much things you give, they make the excuse to go there. They will go. And that's the affection between me and the daughter and the father and the brothers and sisters. First, actually, although they are living in a, Sasula, in father-in-law's house, but their original consciousness and attachment is already there in the home. Even though the brother throw them out, the sister throw them out, or the mother, father throw them out forever, still they have affection. This is natural. Oh, my mother, my father, because they come from their mother's, father's body. The daughter comes from their body. So naturally, so Sati was the same. She is feeling the same, like Krishna. Many examples when Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Many times Lord Chaitanya was lamenting and crying. Some family members passed away, something like this. So Lord is, even Prabhupada, one time he was talking about his wife, former wife, and he was emotional, he began to cry in America. He said, oh, my wife was very nice, and I was very, very hard and like this. So this is a family, it's not mundane, it's spiritual. It's nothing to do with the bed. Like you cannot deal the mothers, ladies like a snake, or they are not good. Even in the brahmachari's life, we should not, they are a soul, they are super soul, they are the devotee of Krishna. So we have to respect. The more respect we are, the more we are closer to Krishna. So she says, I want to go. So Lord Shiva saw the indication. So he said, okay. He didn't say anything. When his disciples saw that Sati really want to go, they prepared the chariot, and the drums and musical instruments, and they get all the decoration for Sati. So she was decorating herself, and they took her in the procession by singing, Lord Shiva style kirtan, with the damru and everything, singing. To the whole procession, they took Sati to there. So here, when the Sati arrived in the arena, literally no sages, no rishis, no munis, there Gandharvas, Charanas, everyone is there in the sky. No one even witnessed. Even Raksa, hardly, he's just not thinking that my daughter is some special daughter. She is the youngest. Nobody even bothered who is here. But who came forward? Sati's mother and sisters. They, this is natural, natural. Father may be very angry, like, external controlling. I don't care about this because she belongs to Lord Shiva and I don't like Lord Shiva, so I don't like you also. So he may be restraining their brothers, maybe don't want to talk because they're in favor of fathers. But then other mother and sisters, they are soft, they're emotional. And this is their sister and their daughter. So they become very emotional and they begin to cry. First they saw and they began to cry. So what was the reason they were crying? First reason? As soon as they saw Sati, her mother began to cry and sisters. What was the first reason they cried? Yeah, but affection. But what was intended to? What was that intention? That first thing, immediately they saw her daughter and cried. It happens here in material world also. Yeah, that's the reason. But what is the bottom line of this material world? We feel every day. For example, I give you. I'm a father. I have 5 daughters. 4 daughters married with very poor, very rich, so much, everything. 1 daughter, very poor place. Right? So how will I feel? I will always be thinking about the poor, my Samdi, my another, is poor. So the mother's thinking, how come our sister is in here, in Lord Shiva's, which is nowhere, nothing she have, no happiness. Women needs happiness. What is the women's happiness in this material world? Is husband should be there 24/7. That's the foremost. You give a woman a diamond, a whole universe. You give her a spiritual world. Still she is not satisfied until the husband is there. She wants husband and all the wealth also. This is not their problem. It's not their fault. They like opulence and a husband. But if you take opulence away, leave husband, they will be satisfied. They will be lamenting but satisfied. But gradually they like both. But because she is poor, so first was the lamentation. Second thing, that she cannot enjoy like us. Immediate thought that she cannot be like normal like us, with a beautiful decoration, dance and enjoy with us like Nomia, because she is now been restricted. So same as sometimes when we are outside, not a devotee, we go to party, we go to club, right? We have girlfriend, boyfriend, family, father, going disco, do everything, right? And all of a sudden somebody give you book, right? Prabhupada's book. And then because you are a little bit sober, and then you start thinking that I better become devotee, right? And then when you become devotee, you come to the temple, they give you the rules and regulations. The rules and regulations to follow. Then you feel like, oh my God, this is another whole big process. What about my attachment for all those things which I was doing? It happens to me, to all of us, right? Happens. Prabhuji sacrificed whole education, I'm this trip in India. I travel everywhere. In Nepal, there are engineers, chemical engineers, IT, big, so much education there, full time Hare Krishnas now, young boys. For me, it's a big sacrifice. It's a big sacrifice for the family. Family, grow them up, give them money to go and educate, and then all of a sudden they become Haribol. But then when we come here to take that rules and regulation, it's just like eating a stone, I want some sabji rice, but not this stone. Who want to eat this stone? So these rules and regulations like very poison. But yad visayam agre tat vatro jnana something. That it's like a poison, but inside is complete ecstasy and complete spiritual knowledge. And by that spiritual knowledge, we go out and preach to those students in universities, which I was traveling, many biggest universities. I have no education, I'm a village boy, but we are speaking, giving classes to those university students, and they don't know what is this knowledge. Universities where you go and speak the basic philosophy, cosmology of bhakti or universe and Krishna consciousness, the spiritual world, they have no idea what you're talking about. So here the illiterate person is speaking, giving class, like Radhanath Maharaj said, that he's not so educated, but he meets to the most scientists and scholars. So this is Krishna's knowledge. So in this way, the family element. But who is the protector of a woman? Husband. So husband should give knowledge. But here, Daksha have knowledge. Daksha is a Prajapati. He is Shastrik. He knows the Shastra. He is like one of the acquainted with many rishis. But because he is using his knowledge in mode of passion, For why? Because of attachment for things of this world. So we may be very great rishis, but we have attachment. It does not work here like this. I wanted to read like new text today. It was small, but it's okay. We can read tomorrow. Okay, any question? Yes.
We are all ordinary knowledge. We are all ordinary little knowledge.
Yeah.
We also know how Shiva was inside.
Yes.
The first Vaishnava devotee of Lord Krishna.
Yes.
So, but how come the Vidavati, Daksha is Vidavati, full of knowledge, lost everything? How is they not able to guess that he was a person? Why is it?
Oh, why he was covered?
Because outside Shiva is very simple.
Yes, yeah.
Inside you are the highest.
Yes.
So how to understand? Lila like that. Because Vidavati.
Yeah.
Daksha is a great Vidavati.
Prajapati.
So he must have ability, knowledge, spiritual knowledge.
Yeah.
How he is living?
Number one answer. Yeah. Number one answer. This is Krishna's pastime. Number one. Number two is that Krishna selected many demigods to be the administration, right? They are running this universe: Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, many. But because Prabhupada also says in the Bhagavatam that why the demigods want to become human being, to do bhakti, to go back to Godhead, because there is a certain empowerment to the human being that we can be surrendered to Mrityu-loka, do bhakti and go. In the higher planetary systems is so much opulence. Krishna made them king, but they are always mixing their modes. That's empowered because they are actually Daksha and all the demigods, rishis, munis, they are all controlled by Lord Shiva, right? Shivji, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. They are the controllers of everyone, all of them. So if three of them, as soon as they check any rishi is puffed up or any Daksha like is proud, they will put more. Yeah, more, like, just put the more, like how you say, you put fire, there is fire, and put more ghee, yeah, more prayer to get to see his reaction. But two things happen. One thing is that sometimes Krishna's arrangement to bring out something good, right? And sometimes you want to exhibit that how nasty the mode of ignorance and passion is. Without going up in the mode of goodness to pure goodness, he cannot come up. And also, he's setting an example of a great king. If he does not make mistake, how will something come out good in a pastime? Example, Brahma. What is the example? Brahma was creating so much. All Prajapati is creating. First, he created 4 Kumaras. And he says, okay, boys, now you're supposed to create the prajas, all the living entities. And they say, oh, we are not going to do. This is not our business. They all decided together. And they remained 5 years brahmacharis. And they were attached to lotus feet of Lord Vishnu's Tulsi. That's why they went to, and Jai Vijay story comes from there. And then, other patriarchs, they came. Many, Brigu, many of them came. All the 12 patriarchs, their duty was to create. So one of them is a Daksha. So the pastime is Brahma is creating, they are controlling. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they are controlling the mind and consciousness of all the living entities, including us as well. In a Bhagavatam, it is said that every part of our body is controlled by the demigods. So who is the controller of false ego? Lord Shiva. So Prabhupada also said that we should pray to Lord Shiva to please free us from false ego so we can serve Krishna. So Daksha's false ego was actually chastised and criticized and broken by the mercy of Lord Shiva. And how? When the Sati, her own daughter, jumped in the fire. That was, what happened? So if I'm offensive to Lord Shiva, my whole generation, my family, my name, fame, everything is destroyed. Daksha realized that. But this pastime is set by Krishna, just to set. So I was giving example of Brahma. When Brahma was creating, all of a sudden he created a most beautiful daughter, Vak. Her name was Vak. And then Brahma ran after her. And this arrangement is done by Krishna. Brahma don't need, he is intelligent. Just to show the material world. That even the Vishwamitra, Subari Muni, doing tapasya 60,000 years under the water, and he saw two fish copulating, he fell down. And then Vishwamitra Menaka, and you know, Vishwamitra does like this. Jai. Vishwamitra, one time he did like this, and he created the universe. What was planets? He was so powerful. So when Brahma ran with his heart, and then this, you know, remember that story when these 6 children were Kalnemi's children, Kalnemi or someone in previous life, and they didn't respect because Hiranyakasipu told them something and they didn't respect. So they were laughing at Brahma, and then they all came down to, I think it's the same story as Devaki's children, something connected to that. So Kamsa has to kill them. So Kamsa killed Devaki's children. They were in previous life his own children. Yes. The story connected, eh? So much we absorb in this story, we no time for material world. So when he ran, and their 6 children, they laughed. That's why they came through it. But what did Brahma do? Anyone remembers? Immediately he burnt his body. Brahma burnt that body, destroyed ashes, Garda. And then he got a new body because he wanted to do that, how powerful. And then Krishna established that if Brahma, who is the creator, he can be in Maya. What you talk about Daksha? He's always in Maya. So Daksha's yajna was not fulfilled, not so fruitful, because he was envious of, that's the conclusion in the Bhagavatam, why his yajna was not, there was all the Lord Shiva's followers, they destroyed the yajna, the tahas mahas kardya, you know, all they destroyed these, and everyone running in their direction, all the Daksha's people, they are running like anything, big mess. Why? One offense. Like you do yajna here, if everything is good, like Narsingha yajna we did, everything so auspicious. But if you put some Brahmins who are eating meat and alcohol there, there'll be big mess. So you remember in the yajna, in the Bhagavatam, there is sometimes they bring the demons out of the fire. You know, Vritasura and many of them, they always use the mystic yoga, mystic power to bring that power, personality of Godhead. Sometimes in Tantra, Shastra, they use all alcohol, meat and everything to bring. But they bring nasty things to bring a nasty person, and he will destroy and make everyone mad. So that's what's like kind of intention, because only the root cause, he was envious of a Vaishnava, who is pure devotee of Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva. So yeah, this was the point I wanted to make. And then Sati left, body is gone, like, you know, Sita Mata. She went under the earth. So Sati is expansion of Sita Mata anyway, Radharani Sita Mata. And then whole big mess, and all the munis, all the demigods, instead of throwing the flowers, they was not happy with Daksha. But then Daksha realized what are his mistakes, because he has to take responsibility as a Prajapati. Daksha means Daksha word Prabhupada, I think he said, means creator. Daksha power, 10,000 something power like this. Any points? Did I answer the way you asked question? It was okay? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Since we discussed about Krishna, about the passionate mode, so even we've been practicing Krishna also for years. So we understand more the passion mode. So it is not clear to us, especially for devotee also.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has to accept all of services. He has to deal with devotees. But you know, sometimes because of the passionate mode within his nature, it becomes very difficult. Even though it puts us in a lot of opportunities for community Vaishnava.
Yes.
So even though being conscious, it's very difficult to overcome the nature of that person. So how to what can be done?
That's why Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu is asking a question that mostly we stay in mode of passion. You know, we're coming from outside, we're devotees, sometimes long-time devotees doing service, but a lot of mode of passion makes us mistake offenses to the devotees. So ignorance and passion makes you offenses, and mode of goodness, you are respectful and you are very thoughtful and very careful to do bhakti. So Prabhupada gave only one answer for that. Every devotee, we have to exercise to work hard to stay in mode of goodness. This is only the answer. Like, we have to surpass the mode of ignorance and passion all time, 24/7, 24/7, all the time. Not like 10 o'clock I was in mode of goodness, but 3 o'clock again go to mode of passion and ignorance. And to do that, we need this. We need a Mam chayo avyavichare bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samaytaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Constant devotional service. You have to give up so much of your time to Krishna. 90%, 99% time to Krishna, and absorption and purification without motivation. Purification without motivation. Also there is motivation. Akamo sarva kamava moksha kamudardi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham pram. Although there is motivation, hidden motivation, but we have to intensely serve. So we come out mode of goodness. And mode of goodness is conducive, is congenial to do good bhakti. Easy, it becomes easy to respect others, serve the deity, not making aparadh. And from there, we have to rise to the pure goodness, where we don't fall there. And there we can sense Krishna. There we can see Krishna everywhere. But that's not easy. Yeah, you have to be softly aggressive, for always praying to Krishna, humble and service, and forget about our own self. Ho gaya, Prabhu? Anything? Any point? Mataji? Finish? Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.